listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Hello and welcome to milestone episode of the Scoreboard Addicts podcast. Now, TJ's very upset about 50. Nick's not with things, but this episode 50 of Scoreboard Addicts podcast. We wish it was under better circumstances because right now we're watching Game 4 of the New York Rangers, playoff series against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the series about to be tied. They're down 3-0 with about 3 minutes left. They're about to go in the power play. Gallant just called a timeout, but I don't know much good that's going to do. So, TJ,
Zero.
What's going on, man?
Oh, nothing much. I'm just sitting here contemplating how the Rangers could absolutely shit the bed in the third period of Game 3 and let Tampa walk all over them and then come out tonight as flat as they did, especially knowing that Tampa's plan going into Game 3 was just to absolutely run Igor Shesterkin, and they did so very well, got on the Rangers' skin, and then they come out and they just put this absolute dud of a game out there. Zero effort, zero back check. They look like they're skating in sand. Just embarrassing. I think the only person that showed up other than Igor tonight was Vetrano with a little edge to his game, decided to drop the gloves, which I love to see, because that's what you should do. I'm amazed. You absolutely get run by Tampa. You were 20 minutes away from going up 3-0 in the series, and you let that get away from you with just a weak shit effort in the third period. You let them just shoot like 20-something friggin' times on you until they score. And then you could just tell with 10 minutes left in that game, you just knew Tampa was winning. You just knew we were essentially watching for the loss because the Rangers were generating no offense. And then tonight they come out as flat as ever. And it's embarrassing, dude. It's absolutely embarrassing.
Panarin just scored. So it's 3-1 now. So miracle.
3-1 powerful. It's a bullshit padded stat for this game. Make them feel a little better than they should. You know what? At least Vasilevsky doesn't get the shutout, but a pathetic effort nonetheless.
But I forgot to do this, though, real quick, because Nick's not with us. So it's just me and TJ, and it's... We can make it if we try. Typically, Nick has that on the soundboard when it's just me and him, but... Or it's you and him, one of us are missing. But unfortunately, Nick is a soundboard, so we can't do it. So I'm going to pull that out real quick. But yeah, I mean, it was just a frustrating game for, I think, the minute this game started. And what they scored in the first 5 minutes of the game, right? You're already down 1-0. Yep. It was one of those. I like to call it a quick kick in the dick, just to get things started.
Oh, absolutely, and especially the fact that Maroon scored, and then as he's skating away and trying to do the fist bump, he can't even fucking skate and do a fist bump. That's how pathetic that goal is. You let the biggest loser on the ice on Tampa score against you. The guy can't fucking skate worth anything.
The fact it was the fourth line, it was fucking brutal. And then it's just
garbage.
It's that's one thing to start there, and then it just snowballed. I mean, it just wasn't. At one point, I think in the first period, it was like the offensive zone possession was like 3 minutes for Tampa and 50 seconds for the Rangers. It's like you're not going to win a game that way. Yeah. And then I'm halfway through the second period and watches. I'm like, they're just not going to win. I don't feel. There's no energy in this team. They came out flat. I have zero faith in them coming back in this game. It's one goal. They might as well down be 5 goals because it just is not going to happen. So, and
it makes it worse that you have to watch it on ESPN. You can, just hear them talking through their shit-eating grin that Tampa's fucking winning this game. It's pathetic. Dude, I do not respect Tampa fans. It's such a fake hockey fan base. You know what I mean? It's just embarrassing. They got 2 cups in the last 2 years. Both bullshit cups, COVID cup, and then the fucking nonsense with the, apparently if we let Stamkos back in at the end, it doesn't count towards the cap, so we'll just continue to do that nonsense. It's like, fuck you. That whole team.
Yeah, and also, I think about the Canadian teams automatically went into the Western Conference Final, and the Golden Knights just shit the bed against the Canadians, who probably should have been there, and then they go against the shitty Canadians team, so... I mean, it is what it is, but they're a 2-time defending cup champion, and you got to beat them. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So right now, the New York Rangers are feeling that. they had a quick 2-0 lead in this series, but I mean, it's just at this point now, looks like it's going to be tied, and they got to go to MSG Thursday night.
Letting this team take liberties on them after every play. Tampa's getting a whack of the stick in there. They're getting a face mush. They're getting everything in. The Rangers are doing absolutely nothing. It's pathetic, dude. It's pathetic. That wouldn't fly in men's league, dude. Every season I played in men's league, we could have been the worst team out there. We could have been the best team out there. You want to try to take liberties? Somebody's getting hurt.
Yeah.
You don't let a team do that to you. You don't let anybody on the ice do that to you. And the Rangers just absolutely letting it happen. And then Ryan Reeves taking that slash. I understand a little time left in the game. You had the penalty, but you knew you're both going because you're Ryan Reeves. They're going to get you.
Yeah.
Throw a fucking punch.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well.
Dude, break somebody's face because you're out there for a reason. You're out there to intimidation factor. And he hasn't been intimidating anybody. And the Rangers haven't thrown a hit tonight worth anything. I don't understand how you can go from 2 periods into game 3 and the series looked like it was in the bag to the shit slop that we are watching tonight. And it's just a lack of effort, a lack of back check, a lack of forecheck. And everybody's just out there kind of, I don't know, out for a fucking Sunday skate.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, we were talking about before that goal by Panarin, we said that really the only fight that there was in the Rangers was for Toronto versus Hagel. And I think he was just throwing haymakers at Hagel's helmet. Yeah, I mean, Hagel got a hit at the end, but I mean, I was saying obviously biased, but I thought for Toronto actually held his own. I thought
Toronto got Hagel's helmet off. He got the lift quick,
and he put him to the ice too. He got hit once, but he still stayed up fighting, and he didn't knock him down. So
you know what? In hockey fights, it doesn't matter really if you win or lose. It's just the fact that you gloves and you go for your team, and it's thank you. You know, Frank Vetrano for fucking doing that. Thank you for showing a little fight and a little effort tonight because the rest of your freaking team absolutely did not show up tonight, and they should be embarrassed at themselves. And I hope Gerard Gallant's making them fucking bag skate and take a Greyhound bus back to fucking New York.
Take a Spirit airline. I've flown Spirit before.
Yeah, Spirit airline, no peanuts, no fucking blankets, no pillows, and you gotta hope you gotta hope you have a fucking pilot.
Get delayed 3 hours for no reason.
Yeah, you're not getting Sully flat for any of those. Yeah, you're getting the fucking random dude that they find at the back of the bar. Like, hey, can anybody fly a plane? It's like, I don't know. You're getting fucking Randy Quaid from Independence Day.
He's like,
hey boys, I'm back.
He's like, I'm only 7 deep. I could fly.
Yeah.
Well, there it goes. 4-1 Tampa. That'll most likely be your final. Well, it is going to be the final because there's only 8 seconds left. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. You know, Rangers lose, but listen, it's tied series right now. I think before the series started, if you had told me the Rangers would be tied with the Tampa Bay Lightning, 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions, 2-2 going into Game 5, going back to MSG, we'd probably be happy with that. But I think the way the series panned out, with them taking a 2-0 lead, needing to just take one game in Carolina and Tampa, and the way the Game 3 played out, where they're up 2-0, I think halfway through that second period, and then they give it right back. They go down 2-1, win one period, 20 minutes, and we're looking at a Game 5 where the Rangers could be clinching. Instead, we're looking at 2 embarrassing losses, heartbreaking losses. Heartbreaking loss in Game 3, and this was an embarrassing loss in Game 4. So now Tampa has all the momentum.
Matters zero.
It's MSG.
Yeah, this game absolutely matters zero if you win Game 3. If you win Game 3, you still have Ultra in your back pocket. Tampa's playing on their heels the entire way. They have the uphill battle, and at this point, the way the Rangers are playing, they're out of it. They're completely off the game. Tampa has them tilted, and they better climb out of it, and they better wake the fuck up and get ready for Game 5 in New York, because if that's a letdown game, pack it in.
Yeah, you cannot go back to Tampa down 3-2. Otherwise, you're looking at kind of like the reverse sweep. They were up 2-0. And then if you lose Game 5 and you drop Game 6, reverse sweep, you lose 4 straight after going up 2-0. It's pathetic, and it's kind of sad if that does happen to the New York Rangers. I'm not saying that the season would be a complete failure. I mean, I'm not at that
no, but it is. But you know what it is? You can't come this far, and you can't do the things that they did all season long and all through the playoffs and then fall flat, because that's essentially what it is. They did not lose Game 3 because they got outplayed. They lost Game 3 because they took the foot off the fucking gas. Mm-hmm. And that's their MO, dude. That is their absolute MO. When they come out flat and they don't play period to period, 20 minutes a full 60 minutes, they open themselves up to losses. They open themselves up to bad goals that go in. They opened themselves up to fucking breakout passes behind the defense. Happen again tonight. How many times is Stamkos going to get behind Fox? It shouldn't fucking happen.
Yep.
But it's a lack of effort, and the Rangers absolutely owe the fan base an apology. And you want to apologize big. Show up at the Garden in 2 days and just lay the beats to Tampa and take back the momentum, because that's the only way you are getting back into the series.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it was like they just got so lazy and like slow that it was just like
they were skating sand tonight.
Like, we have 2 more games. We have 2 more games at home. We'll take it then, or we have 3 more games up in the series. Like it just to me, it feels like they take the time off and just feel like, fuck it, we'll deal with it later. Like, let them take the game. We're gonna come back stronger. And
you see it. They don't skate for pucks. They don't try to win the board battles. They just kind of let the play come to them, and that's not how you win playoff hockey games. You got to get the play. You got to create the play. You got to get in there and get the puck any way you can. Throw some bodies on the floor and get nasty. And the Rangers just are not getting nasty enough. They're not getting physical enough, and they're letting Tampa walk all over them. And if you're going to give a Tampa team that is this stacked and this offensively driven room to make plays, they're going to make plays. They're going to get pucks Igor, and you can't let it happen. But we absolutely did. So let's just move on from this shit show. Hopefully game 5, they come out strong. First period, first shift, just fucking seething. But
yeah. I mean, think about it too. 9 goals in the first 2 games at home, as opposed to 3 goals in the last 2 games away on the road. So, they're obviously being outscored. What was it? They lost 7-3 here on the road. So once again, it just shows that the Rangers, their inability to play on the road. I mean, Carolina series was horrible. The first 2 games against Pittsburgh, away on the road, they gave up 7 goals each game, and then they didn't figure it out for game 6, and they didn't figure it out for game 7 on the road in the last 2 series. So hopefully, they figure out at home once again. They have 8-game win streak at home in MSG. We're hoping they stay that route, win on Thursday, win on the road on game 6, or if not, at least if you take a 3-2 lead, at least you have that game 7 in your pocket at MSG. That'd always be, and listen, the Garden crowd, we watched the 2 games in Tampa. I mean, Tampa crowd, they are not loud whatsoever. It's not like it's a difficult place to play on the road.
Nobody in
Tampa
Tampa Bay is pretty much nobody in Tampa Bay is risking a mortgage payment to go to a friggin' game. Okay, the Garden faithful deserves a win every time they show up for the amount of money that they pay. That's essentially, everybody that's in that stadium, like you get 10 fans, and you essentially paid one person's contract for the year. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
It is insane. It is insane the difference. But yeah, listen, you come to the Garden, it's tougher to play, and the crowd's better. That's not being biased. It's just the truth. The sound is just so much louder when the Rangers score a goal as opposed to when Tampa scores. But listen, it's one of these things. Put in the rearview mirror. It sucks. We lost 2 straight, but remember the fact that you were able to score against Vasi. You were able to score, 6 goals in game 1. You were able to score, 3 in game 2.
No, it's just a 9-day rust, dude.
Yeah, it was 9-day rust those first 2 games. Oh, also, wait. So talk about ESPN. I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back to this, but when Vetrano and Hagel got into the fight, so afterwards, obviously, they both go to the penalty box, 5 for fighting, and then the announcer was like, "Now they're skating 4 on both sides here," and I'm like, if you literally just count the skaters, you can see it's 5-on-5 right now.
Yeah, that's not a offsetting penalty is completely different than a 5-minute fighting penalty.
Yes, exactly.
But they don't know that because you have absolute ass clowns doing color commentary and play-by-play. They don't know their ass from their elbow. You can watch this with the sound off. I mean, give me Sam Rosen, dude. Give me Joe Micheletti right now, because these guys are morons.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Absolute ones. I don't know where they dug these retards up, but it's honestly, like, do they hit each other in the head with a fucking tack hammer before the game starts? Because they're all just mentally fucked.
Yeah, it was funny because I was playing golf Sunday, and we played up in Eastern PA, so we were driving back during the game. I was listening to the radio, and I'm like, I was upset because I was like, I'm listening to the radio. I'm like, 3:00 game. I was kind of annoyed because I like watching the game, but then I realized ESPN has it, but they have Sam Rosen calling the game on the radio. And I'm like, this is actually 10 times better than than watching the game. Because Sam Rosen's just amazing. And I was like, there's no better call than Sam Rosen's. It's a power play call. And there was 2 of them in that game, but then unfortunately Rangers did not capitalize in that game, which sucks.
Thank God thank God for Sam Rosen. Honestly, thank God for him, because New York sports commentary is just shit. As a diehard Yankee fan, I cannot stomach Michael Kay. I cannot stomach Susan Waldman. And please, somebody take John Sterling out back and just put him out to pasture, because it's just awful. If the Yankees were in Game 7 of the World Series, I would not listen to John Sterling give me that call. I'd rather wait a week and watch it on replay on YouTube or something like that. I would rather have somebody that does not speak English. I'd rather listen to the friggin' ESPN Deportes fucking call the game, and I don't understand what the hell's going on. Give me the WWE Spanish announce table, giving me the play-by-play, because John Sterling makes your ears bleed, and I am just appalled by how Yankee fans just love him, and they're like going absolutely crazy that he's not going to travel as much with the team anymore. I'm sitting there like, good, retire altogether. Bye. See you later. Take Susan Waldman with you. Both of these just jump in a casket and close it up. Bye.
I don't want to go that far, but
seal it up. See you later.
I think he's missing out like 25 to 30 games in the road. I think today is one of the first times he's missing out. But Michael Kay has been doing that too, which is good, because I actually like Ryan Ruocco a lot. And Ryan Ruocco was calling the game today for the Minnesota Twins versus the Yankees. So I'd rather listen to Ryan Ruocco any day of the week than John Sterling or Michael Kay. But it is what it is. Yankee fans, it is what it is. ESPN, way the NHL playoffs are shaping out.
And I wish we were sad TNT, because the Yankees are rolling. So
TNT had Kenny Albert.
Did they?
Yeah, the TNT, the Western Conference games had Kenny Albert calling, and it was so much better.
Kenny Albert's a stud.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we'll just talk about the Western Conference.
Give me Marv Albert. Bring him back.
Yeah.
Yes, I just bit a prostitute.
That's a good impression.
Who cares, dude? Just give me Marv Albert doing play-by-play his sexual exploits. Okay, it's better than the freaking ESPN just not knowing who's touching the puck and what's going on in the game.
Yeah, that's.
I was surprised. It is not a woman, but I paid for it, and I'm going to get my money's worth. Yes.
Yes. I actually the happy endings were thrown in. Yes, they were.
The chances of me getting a venereal disease. Yes.
But yeah, so speaking of the Western Conference, Avalanche
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I forgot. I'm not on my game right now. I didn't say allegedly. Usually that's my thing, DJ. But Western Conference, obviously, Avalanche had rolled through the Western Conference. They finished 12-2 through the first 3 rounds.
Absolutely insane.
The Orioles. They swept the Oilers,
Edmonton,
and then they also swept in the first round. They swept the Nashville Predators, and then they only lost 2 games to the Blues. The Blues actually gave them the biggest fight the entire time. Then Binnington got hurt, so they couldn't. Obviously, they didn't have much of a fighting chance at that point. But Avalanche look like a wagon. I mean, I'm thinking about these teams. I mean, yes, it would be nice to Rangers get to a Stanley Cup, winning this conference. Of course, I want that. But it's like, do we stand a chance if we go? We can't beat Tampa on the road. If we go to Colorado, what the hell is going to happen? If that team can just put up points, goals, and it's like, Igor is Igor, but eventually it's just a time where you're going to be. You're going to be embarrassed if you get to the Stanley Cup, because the Avalanche are playing out of their minds. They put up goals. But
that's the thing. I think they run into an East Coast team, and they don't have the time and space to move puck, because there's no hitting in that. In the Western Conference, you just don't see the plays up against the boards. You don't see the hitting. So it has the opportunity to nullify all that skating, back and forth and cut down on the offense. But thank you to the Avalanche for once again keeping a Canadian team from winning the Stanley Cup. It's coming up on 30 years since the last Canadian team won a cup. So thank you very much. I don't want to root for you at all, but I will tip my cap to that, because you know what? Especially last year, it looked like one of them was sneaking away the friggin' and might have bought themselves an easy friggin' cup. But 30 years, keep it going. I hope it goes 100 years.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, Avalanche, absolute wagon. But that's, we're seeing Eastern Conference who's going to face off is obviously has to go 6, maybe go 7. So what's going to happen? The Rangers, if the Rangers go on, they're going to be like, well, Colorado lost that game because they had 9 days rest again. It's always going to be some sort of excuse against the Rangers. They always have something, but let's get there first. Let's beat Tampa. And hopefully I listen right now. I will 100% take us serious against the Avalanche because just to win these conference and being the Stanley Cup final again for the New York Rangers would be incredible. So that'd be awesome.
Yeah, you cannot go this hard and this far in the Stanley Cup and get the 2 victories like they did in Series 1 and Series 2 against the Penguins and then against the Hurricane, who everybody had us, getting smoked that series. You can't go this far and not cash in and take it all the way.
Yeah, we didn't come this far just to come this far, right?
Essentially.
But we'll move it on from hockey then. I'll wrap up with a recap of Game 4. And TJ, just remember, I put the ads in post. This is just a quick pause. Ready? We're going to put an ad in, and we'll be right back.
I'm ready.
All right, and we're back from the ad.
What an amazing ad.
And we're going to talk a little New York Yankees baseball.
Can we do the super happy ending where the Rangers won?
Rangers win the Stanley Cup. Rook is drunk. He just peed his pants the 3rd time.
Oh, yeah. That's normal. That's a Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's fine. But we have the New York Yankees baseball. The Yankees are, obviously the best team in baseball right now. They're 39-15. They're up right now 10-4 in the bottom of the 8th. So, I mean, we're probably going to see the first team to 40 wins in MLB will be the New York Yankees.
Yep.
And they're doing it behind a solid rotation. You have Nestor Cortez, who is the lowest ERA in baseball. He is the biggest surprise in MLB this year. People talk about him being the all-star starter, like started an all-star game. Like, did you ever think Nestor Cortez was the all-star starter coming into 2022?
No.
And the best part of this is Nick always joked with this last year when we first started the podcast that Garrett Cole wasn't the ace. It was always Nestor Cortez. And people were like, you're out of your mind. You guys are nuts. If you think Nestor Cortez is the ace, you guys are crazy. Well, guess what? Nestor Cortez actually is the ace of the staff. And Garrett Cole is the guy who makes $30 million a year because he once was an ace of the staff in Houston. And he's just stealing money from the Yankees right now. But no, Garrett Cole's been pitching really well too. You had Jameson Taillon on Friday. I think it was Thursday or Friday. Basically, it was 2 games back-to-back where you had Taillon and Cole both having perfect game bids deep into like the 6th inning of those games.
Michael K trying to ruin it.
And Michael K saying, it doesn't matter if I say perfect game in the 4th, the 5th, or 6th. It does not matter because me saying those words don't actually affect the outcome of the game. Well, fuck you, Michael K, because guess what? There's not been a perfect game since David Cohn. So you must be doing something, jinxing everybody. But obviously they didn't end up with no hitters, but they ended up with so Taillon's game. I think they won. I think he gave 1 run eventually, and then you had Garrett Cole. They won 13-0, so he had a shutout as well. And then the rest of the staff has been great. Severino, he had he was deep into a ball game as well with no runs, scoreless innings. Montgomery has been great throughout this year, but he just gets no run support, so he doesn't have as many wins.
Yep.
But yeah, that's basically the rotation, right? We said Taillon, Severino, Monty, and Nestor. So rotation has been absolutely incredible. They're driving this Yankee team. This Yankee team, everyone says, oh, they need pitching, and they have their offense, but now we're getting driven by pitching. They're winning the tough games. They're having those clutch moments, those clutch hits. You had Anthony Rizzo a walk-off hit last week, the 2-run single. You had him crushing a home run in Friday night's game, and then you had him hit another home run in Saturday's game when they won 3-0. So, and Judge is just the best player on the planet right now. He has 22 home runs, another one today. Giancarlo came back another home run. Like, did we need more power in our lineup? No, but we got it because Stanton's back. So
yeah,
I know you're ingratiated. Is that
yeah?
word?
And I'm
you're in
enamored by the
constant
hockey. I'm not
Yeah.
watching baseball at all. Like at all. Like no sports exist to me right now. I play golf once, if not twice a week. And that is just me kidding myself into thinking I could do anything athletic. But my mind, my heart is all on range hockey. I don't give a shit about anything else. And I'm going to go to work tomorrow with just the miserable look on my face. And my guys are going to know just stay away from it because today's not the day.
Yeah. My question is, have you even watched like an inning of Yankees baseball in the last
Dude,
month?
None. Absolutely zero. And I know that's a total faux pas considering we have a sports podcast. But like, I mean, Yankees baseball, I usually don't get heavy into it and watch every inning until after the All-Star break, towards the end of the year. But I mean, at this point, I will watch. My weekends are consistently, watching a little baseball and watching a lot of golf. And I haven't even watched any golf. So, I mean, that's why my golf picks have been crap. They're just dark, unfortunately. Because it's just I can't even my attention span is just all hockey, and then if I'm not watching hockey, I'm thinking about hockey or talking about hockey. So many friends that we met on Twitter. There's bullshit in hockey.
Yeah,
our guy Dave, third period bourbon, going back and forth with him. It's just, dude, it's just all hockey up here. People ask me questions at work, and I'm like, I don't know. We got to get the forecheck going. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we've made a lot of friends with Rangers Twitter. A lot of them are just a lot of great people to talk to, and everybody. I mean, the Rangers community is just fun. Listen, we're all starving for a championship, and we're super supportive of each other. I think there was an issue this weekend because Trouba had a horrible game in Game 3, obviously, and they were like bullying this like young girl who's like like a minor basically, and everyone was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, leave her alone. Like, she likes Trouba. Who cares? Like, she's a teenage girl minor. You're going to be abusing her and bullying her on Twitter. Like, what are we doing?
Trouba have a bad game, but he's been carrying this team the entire season.
Yeah,
and people want to be quick to get on him, and it's like, dude, come on, stop.
Yeah, he had one bad game and happens. Listen, not everyone's going to be sharp. It does happen, but this is what. But the fact that the Rangers Twitter was like they all stepped up for this one girl. Yeah, just awesome, and it's a great community. A lot of fun people. If you listen to this and we interact with you guys, thank you for interacting with us because we love Rangers Twitter. Hit us up at Score Addicts Pod on Twitter and talk Rangers hockey with us. We love it. We'll answer back. We'll retweet you. We'll like it. I know we posted the meme video today of the Step Brothers. We haven't been able to come up with the good meme video lately because the Rangers lost 2 games in a row, but. Yes. I put a picture of I put Kreider and Mika's face on the Step Brothers when I was like, this is how Mika
classic scene.
Yeah, classic scene when how Mika and Kreider became best friends, and it's like, what's your best non-pornographic magazine you like to masturbate to?
Good Housekeeping.
It's like, yeah. Oh yeah, that was
classic
fun,
scene.
Yeah, Rangers Twitter is great. We'll help to interact with you guys more and more throughout this, throughout this run, through hopefully to the Stanley Cup, hopefully to a championship. But if it doesn't, it was worth it. It was worth talking to all you guys, and having friends like Dave, a third period bourbon, and call me Snags. I don't want to say his real name because he has his Twitter name. I won't say his real name, but call me Snags. He's been great too. He always tweets us out, and obviously Kyle Hall from Broadway Hat. He's part of the Belly Up Network as well with us, and he's been great to interact with as well. He came onto our podcast for the period. Oh, what was it? Oh no, during the Pittsburgh series, he came on. After that, I think game 1 or 2, the controversial call they lost. So he's a good guy as well. But we're moving on from here. We're going to talk a little golf and some of the controversy that's going on. And if we're talking golf, that means we're also going to talk about. Let me get the ad up. Piper Golf balls. Go to piper.golf, promo code SCORE10 for 10% off your entire purchase. I went golfing this weekend. I used my Piper Blacks. I gave my other Piper balls to my friends. I was like, guys, try out Piper. They're awesome. Check it out. But I used Piper Blacks. They were great. I lost it not because of the ball, but because of myself, because I suck at golf.
Dude, I had a crap weekend playing golf this week, I actually shot like a 107. I did absolutely terrible. We played this place, Eagle Ridge, and the fairways were tight. And then even if you got it in the rough, it was just rough fescue and then deep woods. So, I mean, the 18th hole, I finally figure out where I stripe one, and it's a weird hole, man. It dog legs left, then right, and then goes back left to the hole. So it was like a lightning bolt of a hole. I put it right down the right side, around the dog leg to the right. Should set up perfectly about a 70, 80 yard wedge in, and I get down there and I can't find the ball. And I just lost my shit. This dude, total absolute collapse. I'm surprised I didn't snap a club, because I was like, you got to be shitting me. I finally hit a fairway and I can't find the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. We played Easton, PA, Morgan Hill Golf Course. Beautiful golf course. Greens were like pristine condition.
Nice.
Everything was beautiful. Everything. The tee boxes were very nice. The fairways are beautiful. So we get there and we go. They says they have the red, the whites, the greens, and the blues.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh, we'll play the greens. Halfway, like not even halfway through the round, like 3 holes in, we're like, there's no blue tees, so we're basically playing the tips.
Nice.
And I'm not a guy who should be playing.
What was the yardage on that?
I think it was I gotta look it up. I actually don't remember, but it was longer than what I'm used to playing.
Gotcha.
But it was super hilly. So when you hit your ball over a certain hill, your vision was gone.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, my ball's like in that vicinity. I should be able to find it. We had at one point one of our guys hit like dead center fairway, like it's got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it looked like it was dead center fairway, maybe not, maybe hit rough. Could not find it. And it's like we all were losing balls. We're all like, listen, I think 3 of the 4 of us are pretty weekend warrior type golfers, but one of our friends is like, he played through a high school. He's a very good golfer. And he could not find his balls. He was like, I'm hitting them straight. He's like, it must be going to some rough somewhere or whatever it is. He's like, I just can't find it. Because once it goes over the hill and your sight line's gone, you just can't see anything.
That is the absolute worst, when you can't find your ball when you know you hit a good shot. Like I've hit some, and it's amazing because every time I hit a shit shot, I manage to find my ball. This past weekend, I hit one so wipey right, such a bad slice that it ended up on the tee box of the next hole coming back. And it probably went about 240 yards down the fairway and then about 30 yards right. And I find this ball, and I have the car path window with trees growing through it, and like the green is right through this opening. And I had to wait till the other foursome cleared the green. And as they were driving up, I'm like, hey, guys, a lot of room in there, right? They're like, yeah, good luck. Dude, and I punched a 7-iron to about 25 feet on the green through this window, up through the trees, went through branches, got up and over, landed, put a nice friggin' divot in the green, and it just grabbed right away. And I was like, holy crap. And when I woke up, my brother and my future brother-in-law were like, where are you? I'm like, I'm on the green. They're like, wait, from the other tee box over there, from that hole? I'm like, yeah. They're like, you went through there? I was like, yeah. They're like, get the fuck out of here. That's an amazing shot. I was like, yeah, I know. And I missed the birdie putt. But
yeah,
still pulled the par.
You shouldn't have mentioned that. You should just said you got the birdie.
Missed the birdie putt, but the fact that I was I find that crap shot on a different friggin' hole, and I'm able to scramble and get par, get up and down and get in there. But yet on holes where I'm hitting the fairway, if not just off the right or left in the rough, and you lose a golf ball. And that's probably the most frustrating thing about being a weekend warrior. That sucks so bad because you don't have the fan sitting there going like, oh yeah, it's right there, or it hit me in the leg. It's like, I need that guy just standing there like, oh, right here with the freaking flag. I'll take that any day of the week. But again, that is why we're telling some Piper golf balls. They play just as good as those big name brands that are way too overpriced.
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
You can use our code SCORE10, get 10% off your purchase. You're gonna love the way the balls play. They perform exactly how you need the balls to perform. They have their 4 different colors: green, blue, black, and gold for every type of handicap, whatever you're playing, whatever you're used to, softer ball, harder golf ball, a little more spin, a little more forgiveness, a little more distance, whatever you need. You can use their ball quiz and figure out what you want to do. Save yourself some money. Use our promo code, save yourself even more money. And when you can do that and you have those weekends like we had, you're not as upset. You're still upset. You're not as upset when you lose. It's better than losing a $4 Pro V1.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Piper Golf, great. Speaking of like, not only was it hilly, but the elevation changes. Like you would tee off, and you'd be looking at a hill that's like at least 100 foot up. You're like, I'm gonna use my driver here, but it's like it's if I hit this 200 yards, it's only going like 150 because of the elevation.
Yeah.
And then we also had one. It was actually one of the cool holes they have. First of all, the views in this course is beautiful. It's overseeing all the mountains. You have mountain views all over the place. And one of the holes
in
is
the Poconos.
100-yard elevation difference. So you're literally like teeing off. You could use like a pitching wedge just to like put up and down. It's like 180 yards away.
Yeah.
Because of the elevation, just a steep slope. You like just need a pitching wedge to put it up and just drop it right next to it. It was it was crazy, but it was a fun course. But we're not here to talk about our golfing experience. We're
Not at all.
The
Get
PGA
right into
versus live
live golf. Amazing. I love it.
Dustin Johnson is resigned from the PGA today.
Bravo to him.
Yeah, 100. I think
125 million guaranteed.
Million.
So 125. So they said that
guaranteed
over the course of
wins.
Dustin Johnson's career, he's made about 110 million dollars with all his wins and stuff like that, not including obviously endorsements and whatever. But
earnings.
And he came out and said it, and his agent said it that Dustin made the decision, what's best for his family. And how do you turn down 125 million dollars guaranteed, plus the fact that you have the opportunity to about a $4 million purse every week? There's only 8 events this year. They're just getting off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you're going to get handed $125 million just to play versus playing on the PGA Tour and having to grind it out for 4 days to try just to try to get in the top 10, top 20, make a couple $100,000. $125 million is nothing to scoff at. I love the move. It's all about taking care of number one. And you know what? People want to run him down. People want to say, oh, look where the money's coming from. That's such a cop-out. If you're wearing Nikes on your feet, where do you think that shit came from? Your sneakers were made in a friggin' sweatshop. If you're rocking Adidas, if you're supporting any of these companies that outsource their factory work to China and these countries, you are literally putting money into child labor and sweatshop and all these egregious things. So to say, oh, because the Saudis have the most money into LIV Golf and you're going to question their type of whatever and where that money's coming from, we can all do that and run down where the money coming from your company is or the place of your business is or any of this shit. So cut the crap. It doesn't matter where the money's coming from. It all that matters is we all have jobs. We all have to make money. We all have to provide for our families. And this guy's doing what's best for him. And I think the PGA Tour is going to get walloped. I think they're going to get the foot in their ass because Phil Mickelson just signed his deal worth almost $200 million with LIV Golf. Yeah. The more players that jump on LIV Golf, the more the PGA is going to have to reel back and reassess because you cannot monopolize this, especially when golfers are pretty much private contractors. They're
not pretty much. They are. They're independent contractors.
Yeah. So you're going to say that, oh, well, you put in the request, you did everything the right way, but we're still telling you no, essentially monopolizing that. No, you either play for us and, you toe the company line or you're out. Guess what? Dustin Johnson is never going to look back. He's getting $125 million. He's never going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe, no, thank you for the PGA and everything they did for me, but I'm moving on. And it's so funny how these companies are now pulling money out of Dustin Johnson and getting rid of the whatever endorsement deals they have if they're associated with the PGA. It's going to blow up in their face, dude. From what Greg Norman has said, LIV Golf is supposed to be, I know it seems a little weird with the shotgun starts, but being able to watch golf all the way through, I mean, how many times do you put on a tournament or when it finally hits CBS or NBC or whoever's covering it, even the Golf Channel, you're catching some of your favorite players on the 14th hole, or you're watching a recap because they teed off at 6 a.m. and the golf coverage doesn't start till 2 p.m. So they're doing a shotgun start. I think they're only a max of 64 players or something like that. Play each tournament. So you're going to get to see every shot, every play. They're setting it up where you can follow your own guy the entire way through all 18 holes. I mean, if you're a golf fan, if you like watching golf, if you're not a casual golf fan, you're a legit golf fan, and you want to watch every single hole, every single chip, every single putt, every single drive, you're getting everything you want out of LIV Golf. Dude, I mean, So put to the side where the money's coming from, whatever political, geopolitical nonsense is going on that you don't support or do support or whatever it is, that is always going to be in the background. If you're taking it solely as a fan of the sport, how do you not root for an up and coming league and something that's going to give you professional golf at the highest level in different venues, mix it up a little bit? They're doing team style points and scoring as well, and events. How do you just poo-poo that? I'll take good golf any day of the week. It doesn't matter if it's from the PGA or LIV Golf or the LPGA. Step it up. Bring it. I'm a fan of the sport, and I'll watch it, dude. NHL decided to turn around. A whole bunch of players decided, like, hey, we're going to start playing some roller hockey in the off season. I'm going to watch that shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where the money's coming from. It doesn't matter. I'm a sports fan. You're the sport that I enjoy watching. You're going to give me more of it and mix it up and do it in a certain way where it's not going to be the typical Thursday to Sunday. And if you really want to see good golf, you have to wait till Saturday and Sunday to get the most coverage. No, they're shaking it up a little bit, and the PGA is trying to put a monopoly stranglehold on it and remove them and keep them gaining any momentum. I'm in full support of anybody that goes over there to LIV Golf, and I think the more players that move over there and generate some attention and fun, and if LIV Golf takes off, the PGA is going to have to reel back and say, like, all right, we'll let you come back and play for us. And you got to hope that these guys even want to bother coming back and playing for you.
Yeah, and the thing crazy about LIV Golf was that they offered Tiger Woods high 9 figures. So I was just reading an article, they're saying like over $500 million, maybe even close to $1 billion. And Tiger Woods actually said no to that. Yeah. He's loyal to the PGA. I know some guys really are. Some guys are. Some guys don't want to go over to LIV Golf. I'm sure Brooks. I think for Tiger Woods, Bryson's going to LIV Golf, right?
I'm not sure. There was rumors that he wasn't. He kind of pulled back a little bit. He's not making a statement as to if he is or not. But I'm sure if they're going to offer him that much money, and he's coming off an injury. He's not making the top tens. So I mean, if they're going to put the money in your pocket, how are you going to turn down hundreds of millions of dollars?
Yeah, and then like you said, but think about China. Like, there's the NBA basically makes a ton of money from China, like Nikes and all that stuff. And LeBron James even at one point defended China when it came to Daryl Morey, who stood up for the human rights in China, and he was like, he should have kept his mouth shut because I'm making money in China. Like, it's like, if they're able to do it, then why not? With the golf, with LIV Golf, I get the Saudi Arabia. And it's like, it's not just strictly a Saudi Arabian league. Not only playing in Saudi Arabia.
No, it's just where the investment came from.
Just where the money comes
again, from. How many times the Saudi had that has that tournament every year, and then it goes there, and all the PGA players go there and play in it. Yeah, the Dubai was it Dubai Open, Dubai Classic, something like that.
I think it's Dubai
Invitational, something like that.
Yeah.
And but that was okay, and now all of a sudden it's total market manipulation. It's a business tactic to try to shit on a company and try to keep LIV Golf from taking off. And I am in full support of it. And I'm not trying to say I'm not in support of the PGA. I'm in full support of the PGA as well. But essentially, what they're trying to do is they're trying to rub out their competition, and that's not good. As a fan, more competition. You should want to see more changes. And anytime you can get more of the same sport, how are you going to sit there and just listen to the media nonsense and be like, well, they said I have to hate you, so I hate LIV Golf. You're an idiot.
The thing is like football. Like, if there's like NFL as rivals, like, granted, they had the Alliance American Football League. That wasn't that great. XFL actually was pretty good until the COVID happened.
Yeah.
And that killed it. XFL's coming back. You had the AFL, I think, this year, or I'm sorry, USFL.
Yeah.
It's all right. But it's like, it's just a new product. If you love that sport, why wouldn't you support it? It's the same thing like when the Olympics happened, like hockey Olympics. Like, we love watching hockey Olympics.
Yeah.
NBA Olympics, like NBA, but basketball Olympics. Like, we like watching other sports. If you're a fan of sport, you're just gonna be a fan of watching a new sport. And what's wrong with having another not tournament, but another league, or to watch more golf, and then you're
mix it up a little bit. Like I said, they're changing the format. And again,
the shotgun start, it sounds awesome to me.
I'm not a fan of watching soccer at all. I'm not a soccer guy, but I will say this: anytime FIFA's on and it's World Cup time, I will watch because that is actually entertaining, and the amount of fans that are into it and stuff like that. And I am not a fan at all. I don't know hand rules. I just assume rules are like hockey rules with like offsides and when you're supposed to get into the box and the ball has to get there first or whatever the hell. and I figure it out, but I'll still watch because the excitement is there, the energy is there, and that creates a buzz around your sport and brings new fans in, people like me who don't know what the hell they're watching, but they'll get into it a little bit. So I'm all for it. Grow the sport. I'm glad that people like Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson made the move over there. I want to see more PGA players make the move over there, support their fellow players. You know, it's essentially almost like unionizing. If you're all in on it, what is PGA going to do? Who are they going to run out there every year?
Yeah. And then who is it so far? So it's Kevin Na, Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson.
Taylor Gooch said he's going over.
Gooch.
A couple other players. I think they said it's like 10 players in the top 100 or 15 players in the top 100, something like that. So it's a small dent. It's not the huge statement that they want to make. Yeah. But the more players that walk over there, and now you got to remember when this goes, and I think their first tournament's at the end of the month.
I think so. I'm trying to look
in England. So imagine watching Taylor Gooch win $4 million, and you got Taylor Gooch is maybe 50th, 60th in the world, something like that, maybe a little higher. Imagine everybody behind him going, you know what, I placed 15th this weekend at, wherever, the Canadian Open or, whatever. And I made $400,000 and I haven't shot, I haven't placed behind Taylor Gooch this year. So you're telling me I could have made $4 million this weekend?
Yeah. And the thing too,
it's going to open up eyes. It's going to bring attention to what players can make. And you're going to see some people jump off.
Yeah. And it's also seeing like these guys looking for generational wealth, like this is like take care of their family for like almost forever. Like
essentially,
it's like your grandchildren are going to be taken care of because of the money you're getting from
you're talking about, $125 million to Dustin Johnson. I'm sure Taylor Gooch didn't make that much money by signing.
No, I don't think he did.
And a lot of these guys aren't going to make that much money. But
Phil got $250. Phil could be in the senior tour right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like he got $250 million to play with LIV Tour, LIV Golf.
Right,
like, it's crazy the money that's there.
And again, don't think that because Tiger Woods said no to almost $1 billion contract with them is because he's staying faithful to the PGA Tour. He's staying faithful to the PGA Tour because it's essentially his legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He made so much. He makes enough money off endorsements where if he never played another round of golf, he will probably make, if he told the Golf Channel, like, yeah, dude, I'll do commentary, especially on all the majors and stuff like that. And I'll join the CBS cast and he'll make $100 million commentating a year. So he will generate that kind of money. It's just insane. So he's latching onto his legacy. If he left the PGA Tour, essentially, then he'd be, pretty much a person of we don't talk about him. He'd be pretty much Voldemort. He who must not be named.
He'd be like Bruno and Encanto.
Yeah, exactly. So
I also feel like too he doesn't want to miss out on those majors. Like I know it's probably a long shot for him catching Jack at this point because he's older now and who knows what could ever happen. But it's so many injuries. Tiger probably could have beat Jack if he didn't get hurt all those times. They took all those years off.
Yeah,
but he doesn't want to risk that. Like God forbid, let's say he can win a few more majors and even tie him. He wants that legacy. He doesn't want that's a goal for him. So for him to stay with PGA, I don't think it's not loyalty to PGA. I think it's more of like, this is my legacy, and I could possibly catch Jack. I'm going to try to do whatever I can to stay around PGA.
Right, and he's not going to. Listen, I mean, $1 billion is plenty of money to get me to be like, everybody hates you in your life because you left. It's like, good, hate me. I don't care. I just bought an island. I bought an island. And I think I'm buying an Apache helicopter just for the hell of it. You know how to fly it? No, I'll figure it out. And if I crash that one, I'll buy another one. But, he doesn't want to be persona non grata. He doesn't want to, kind of be left behind. And I can understand it from that standpoint. So I think Tiger Woods making that move is more what's best for him and best in his interest. But again, I mean, you're talking about a Mega Million style, win for Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
Essentially, like, wait, I only have to, this year I'm going to play 8 events and I have the chance of making $4 million at each event plus
what he already got, the 125 years.
And you're going to give me $125 million just to show up, just to put my face on your brand. Thank you.
What's the contract for? How long is it? It's for 5 years, right? Is that what it is?
Something like that. Yeah.
So he just gets to play. Like he doesn't have to win.
Dude, imagine
just to be there.
He would have to win over the next 5 years, let's say 3 or 4 majors and probably about 30 PGA events over the next 5 years to make that kind of money and play. So now you're got to play the odds and you got to play, 35 weeks out of 52 weeks of a golf season, and versus you're playing 8 events and you're already paid. Like anybody that says like I would turn that down, you're a moron. No, you're an absolute idiot.
There's no way you would do that. But I think we talked enough about the PGA and LIV Golf. Let's go to what we typically are here for, the picks, which are once again sponsored by Pirate Golf. Promo code SCORE10 for 10% off your entire purchase. Like I said before, definitely great balls, and it's at a reasonable price. It definitely will be, good for any one game, especially a weekend warrior guys like us. Yeah, you won't feel as bad when you lose it when you lose a ball when you go Piper Golf. But we have the Canadian Open. The Canadian Open, who has not occurred for the last 2 years due to COVID restrictions. Yep. So it's finally back. Defending champion is Rory McIlroy, who won back in 2019, right? Because there was no 2020, no 2021. Mm-hmm. So he won back in 2019, but he's technically still the defending champion. So TJ, what do we got? What are your picks? Oh wait, first before we go to that, we hit again. Will Zalatoris top 10.
little taste of it.
Little taste. Isn't a great win. We didn't pick the winner. None of us pick Billy Herschel. He wasn't on our radar at all. But Will Zalatoris got top 5 finished. Now none other guys finished in top 5. So this is sometimes a tricky part about golf. So if you had bet him top 10, I think you got paid out completely. For me, I actually bet him top 5. Will Zalatoris, and because 9 guys finished in the top 5. My bet got split. So ended up only being like a plus maybe plus 150 at most, when originally it was a plus 660, which was a good payout for top 5 Will Zalatoris. But because of that happens sometimes when it comes to golf betting. So just be aware of that. But it's still a hit. A win is a win. I'll take the money. I'm not complaining.
So looking at the odds, I mean, Scotty Scheffler is your favorite, plus 850, and then followed by Justin Thomas. And Rory McIlroy, like you said, returning champ, plus 950. Just for the odds, to make it worth laying a little bit of money and try to get a little extra cash, I'm going to go with Sam Burns, plus 1,400.
Good pick.
Throw that. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to. I will most likely throw a little bit on Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy, just because, I mean, Scotty Scheffler's on fire. Rory McIlroy returning champ, and Rory McIlroy has been playing solid this year. I'm still waiting for him to break through. I bet him a couple times this year, just hoping that he breaks through. But other than, throwing maybe a unit, maybe $20-25 on both Rory and Scheffler just to have a little money in there, I think my big pick is going to be Sam Burns. And then after that, my top 10 finish is going to be, here we go, Mr. JJ Spawn.
Ooh.
Plus 550. I'm going to take JJ Spawn at plus 550, little $20-25 bet on him just to get some money out in there. And like we said, go with FanDuel. You can cash out early. You got to make some move. It's all about, listen, it's great hitting. It's great riding all the way to the end when your picks hit and watching all the way. But the second you see that you're going into the green from the red, and let's say you threw about 60, 70, 80 bucks worth of bets out there, and all of a sudden you can cash out $150, dude, I'll take free money every day. Yeah, I'm not rich. I'm not turning down money. Yeah. $20 is $20.
Yeah, I agree with you. And JJ Spawn, if you do like him to win, it's plus 11,000. So it's a really good payout. If you,
that might be like a just for the fun of it. Throw like $15 on JJ Spawn.
Not just even the odds. They're like $3 on him.
But yeah, JJ Spawn plus 550, top 10. And then Sam Burns is going to be my big pick for the win. Probably throw a unit, if not a unit, in him. But like I said, I'm going to have a little bit of money on Scheffler and Rory just to keep it interesting, just to keep my options open, just to walk out of there. Try to walk out away from this weekend ahead a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep scratching my eyes. Anyone who's watching this is probably like, what is wrong with this guys? My
contact. Well, you know what? We're depressed. We're tired. We got our asses kicked tonight.
It's 11:40 at night. We're doing this. We're grinding for the audience. My eyes are just killing me. My contacts.
For all three of you.
All 3 of you guys. Hey, we did actually pretty well. We're actually top 10 in Belly Up Media right now. So
boom,
we are
making waves,
moving on up. We're grinding, and we have a big guest announcement coming this week. So
woo!
You guys want to tune in for the June 22nd, especially if you're a New York Jet fan. We have a big guest coming on June 22nd. But going to my picks, so I did like Sam Burns as well, but you already picked him, so I'm not going to pick him again, obviously. So Cam Smith was the leader. He had a one-stroke lead after Saturday, going into Sunday. He goes 5 over on Sunday. Doesn't even make the top 10. I picked him last week to be a top 10. Completely fell apart. I was like, I should be shooing for a top 10 bet right now. And he ends up shitting the bed and not even getting the top 10. So, I mean, people look for him to bounce back this week. He's not probably going to be my pick, but if you want to take a look at him, he's plus $1,100 for a winner. Plus $1,100 for a winner. I'm going to go with the Canadian boy here. The top Canadian with odds is Corey Connors plus 2,000. There's not been a winner of the Canadian Open from Canada since like 1954, 1959, something ridiculous like that. So I'm picking the Canadian right now. Corey Connors, do your country proud. Oh, Canada shall be playing at the end of the Canadian Open, and it's going to be to you, Corey Connors. But that's plus 2,000 from the win. I'm going to go with Shane Lowry plus 1,800. And then I'm going to go deep dive here like you did with JJ Spawn. But I'm going to go with I'm between a couple guys right now. I'm going to go Cameron Champ plus 8,000. That's my long shot. But I also do like Matthew Fitzpatrick as well. And Tony Finau. So let me just go. I got the odds for them as top 10. Those are my top 10 picks. Don't do what I did. Make sure you scroll down a little bit if you're on FanDuel. Last week I put all my bets in. I'm like, I'm putting all these top 10 guys. And then I bet them all top 5. So just scroll down a little more. Matthew Fitzpatrick plus 180. That's my top 10 pick. I'll also go with Tony Finau plus 290, my top 10 pick as well.
Love it.
My picks. So
those are our PGA picks. Listen, we've been hot here. Hopefully we don't fizzle out. Last week we got close to fizzling out, but we still got a couple. We got a cash with your pick in the top 10. Old Will Zalatoris, Happy Gilmore's caddy himself, Owen Wilson. Wow.
So,
we've been there. We've been right around the cusp. And again, 2 weeks ago, what did I have? Harold Varner, and he was going into Sunday. Like I was like, holy shit, dude! I was like, this is gonna be a momentous win, and it was just like
epic. Yeah, and then I won that one though. Justin Thomas
faded away. Yes.
But yeah, we've been pretty hot. We picked the last two winners the last 3 weeks. The actual tournament winner.
Yep.
2 of the last 3 weeks. Then we've had 3 or 4 straight weeks that we actually cashed in on a bet. So we're definitely hot right now. Hope we keep it that way. Hopefully,
what are we up to? I mean, I know this year's getting, we're getting deeper into the year, so there's been plenty of tournaments. But I think for 2022, we got like 6 winners, right?
I think we actually, I think we're there.
6 tournament winners. So listen, I'm still plus money, so.
Yeah, that's true. And then the U.S. Open's coming up next weekend, which is a big weekend. Yeah. Tune in to Divots and Pivots. They're doing a live show on Saturday.
Awesome.
Live simulator. We may be on it. I'm not sure, depending on what time it is. We don't really know if we'll be on it, but we may tune in. They want us to do a back away challenge to them. They're going to be live doing I think it's like a long drive competition, and they want us to kind of roast them as they go to hit their speed drive. So we're going to try to see if we can get them back away from laughter.
Wow.
We'll try our best. So we're gonna figure that out with them, but definitely tune into them. U.S. Open show, kind of like how we did the Master show. But they're going to be live from the simulator as opposed to us showing clips of us at a simulator. But it'd be still going to be a great show. So that's Divots and Pivots. Check it out June 18th, Father's Day weekend, U.S. Open. But for us, I think we just have one more thing to talk about, and that would be on TJ's favorite topic.
Getting your pets spayed and neutered? Oh, that's Bob Barker's favorite. Sorry, my bad.
He's for the NBA Finals going on right now. TJ.
Good night, guys.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I just typed that in just to mess with TJ. we're not basketball guys, especially when there's no Knicks involved. Right now, Warriors Celtics blew them out in the first game, and then Warriors blew out the Celtics in the second game. So these are just riveting games, just getting blown out. There's no like challenge end of these games. Almost like the Rangers getting blown out 3-1 in these games. Just horrible basketball. But
dude, sorry, I'm sorry for any basketball fan. I mean, you guys like what you like. I'm a golf fan. I'll watch curling. You know what I mean? I'll be all in on the Winter Olympics for curling going on. I love women's college softball. Absolutely love it. And the LPGA, stuff like that people, poo-poo all the time. But basketball to me is like essentially if ice hockey was played with soccer-sized net. It's like, dude, everybody out there is 7 feet fucking tall and the rim's 10 feet away. And you're really not allowed to play hard defense. And there's no goal, can't goaltend. So it's like, it's not that fucking hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I'm sorry. It's just like the back and forth. Listen, don't get me wrong. I will watch, the March Madness and those college players, they go hard and you get an actual game and you get excitement. But other than that, the NBA does not excite me at all. If you told me that they were just breaking down the NBA finals to the last, you were just playing a 2-minute game, that's it. That's the only excitement you're going to get.
The funny thing too about it, like, I agree with you because game 1 was a blowout. They were Warriors were outscored 40-18 in the fourth quarter. It was like, this game's a blowout. They have no shot at coming back in this game. It's like 7-8 minutes left. No one's even trying now. It's game 1. No one wants to get hurt. Yeah. Then you have game 2. The same thing. They're up 30 before the fourth quarter even starts, and the fourth quarter was like non-competitive. Yeah. So like, what enjoyment is there in that at that point? And who knows? It could be maybe it'll change in game 3. They're moving the series moves to Boston. Hopefully, I'm cheering for the Warriors because I don't like the Celtics, but
yeah. But not going to root for Boston to do good in anything.
Yeah, in anything. So, we hope the Warriors come back. It could be being a game. Each game is just blowouts, and that happens in the NBA sometimes where it's like each team blows each other out like one. They'll go 1-1-1 the whole way until game 7, and then they'll finally play tight and play a little aggressive, or play a little on the heels, or no one wants to make a mistake. And that happens in the NHL like almost immediately, like in a Stanley Cup playoff. Whereas everyone wants to play hard the entire way, where it's like, well, don't worry, we'll get them next round, next game. And that's just the NBA. So hopefully the NBA Finals changes. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more. I'm sure the ratings are still doing well because people love the NBA. Listen, I usually tune in for the NBA Finals. I enjoy it. But I haven't been able to watch this so far. The first 2 games, it hasn't been exciting. So that's just my opinion on the NBA Finals. But
I'll watch badminton
if you do have a different opinion, comment below. Let us know what you feel with the NBA Finals. We could be wrong. You can kill us. I don't care. But or tweet at us.
I'm wrong about a lot of things. So
what's that?
I said I'm wrong about a lot of things. So who gives a shit? I'm just a moron with a microphone in front of me because I paid for it. Damn it.
Sure, that's pretty much that should be our podcast name. I paid for it. Damn it. We're gonna rebrand to that.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say,
and you'll like it. But so I think that's pretty much it. We don't really have much else. Rangers, it sucks they lost. But come back game 5 strong. We do not want to go to Tampa down 3-2.
No, we do not. 6. No, we do not. But
why
I'm hoping
not us? Why not us?
I'm hoping to get a little golf content as of right now.
Oh, nice.
Me, McCormick, and our good friend Richie are going up to Crystal Springs this Sunday, as long as the weather holds out, paying a butt ton of money to go up there and driving about 90 minutes to go play this course. But Crystal Springs, you never played the resort, has like 7 golf courses up there. Ballyone, which is just always rated one of the best golf courses in New Jersey. And so is Crystal Springs, the golf course named after obviously the resort. And the claim to fame at Crystal Springs is their par 3 that's pretty much off a cliff. You shoot at a green about I think it's like 120 feet of elevation down onto this green. Essentially, you're just playing, depending on the wind situation, either a wedge all the way up to like a 7-iron down to it, and the green is just an oddly where they put the hole, it gets skinny, and then it's the water on the left side, a big portion of the green behind the water, and then a big portion in front. It's just insane. And then every year Crystal Springs does this thing where if you play within like I think a week or two of when they open up this contest, and I think it's like a closest to the pin type of deal. If you hit the green and if you're within a certain amount of feet, you're welcome back to compete. And they essentially give away like $100 and something thousand worth of resort credit if you can hole out back and enter this thing. So it's one of those impossible holes that are just like, if you get it anywhere near the green, you're happy. So I'm very hopeful that the weather holds out this weekend. We get up there and we're able to play, and then I should have some content for us of me hopefully not losing a Piper Gold in the water or just off the cliff or maybe in Joe Schmo's backyard.
Yeah, I mean, that just kind of sounds like the course we played was the elevation. That par 3 was insane. But I did a few things for content wise, and that's
nice.
That's on our TikTok. So if you follow us to add Addicts Pod, Scoreboard Addicts Pod on TikTok. Twitter is Score Addicts Pod. So check it out. Check out our content. Hopefully, we'll have some sort of Rangers content in the next couple of days. I don't feel like editing anything right now because I'm just so disappointed in the game.
No,
but we'll see. We'll work on it.
Sorry, we're lackluster on the enthusiasm department tonight. But if you don't understand why, you're not a real sports fan.
Yeah, if you don't get the heartbreak. This is episode 52, by the way. This is supposed to be a big milestone for us, and the Rangers ruined it.
Yeah. I mean, I essentially texted Rook, like, let's just get this podcast started now because, I mean, my heart is broken, and I'm ready for bed. I'm that depressed. And our guy, Nick, I'm in bed. Good night, you fucks.
Yeah, Nick was like, I'm going to bed early. Fuck you guys.
But Nick is working hard. Nick is away, on active duty in the Army.
Over in country. He deserves his sleep.
Absolutely. And the fucking Rangers deserve to win for our guy Nick and everybody else defending our freedom in our country. And if there's any service member out there, women and men that are Tampa Bay fans, well, we don't fucking care. No. I support you wholeheartedly, but your team sucks.
Yeah, sorry. Your team sucks. We support you. Serving our country, we don't support your hockey team choice.
Absolutely not. Not even a little bit.
But New York Yankees won. So New York Yankees are the best team in baseball.
Boom.
2 teams in baseball are the best teams in baseball, and they will both reside in New York. So New York is up and coming.
So is the homeless population here, but whatever.
Yeah, and so are the gas prices.
Oh my God. Let me get me started. Bad time to have a pickup truck. I'll tell you that much. Nick is
bad time to have a car.
We roasted Nick pretty hard about his electric bike, but who's laughing now?
Yeah, seriously, he looks pretty smart. But that'll do it for us at the Scoreboard Addicts podcast. Sorry, we're all out of our sport. It's late. The last 10 minutes of this is bad, but you know what? If you stuck around, you got to this point. Thank you. We appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. I almost said Titter.
Dude, that sounds like a great new concept.
Good app.
Just Titter. It's like everybody just flash your booty.
Twitter, but everyone just flashes their tits.
Women, non-binary, throw a nipple on there.
Yeah. So follow us Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on TikTok, and on our YouTube channel, and just search Scoreboard Addicts Podcast, and you'll find us there. And now we're available wherever podcasts are available. And last couple of times I've said this, it's worked. So I have to end the podcast on this as well. I'm gonna end this with the Rangers a compilation that I have here. That's supposed to get as far as Game 5. So the last few times I ended the podcast with this line, the Rangers have gone on to win. So Tampa, welcome to the motherfucking jungle. Let's go. We'll go back to MSG in Game 5. We're taking it. It's 3-2 lead. I don't give a shit. I don't care what everyone thinks. I'm being positive now. Rangers win Game 5. Book it.
Boom. Your lips to God's ears.
Yeah, hopefully someone doesn't put this back. I'm an idiot. But welcome to the motherfucking jungle.